Okay, let's start getting into it. Let's start getting into it. The new Unite video from the official Unite account that is all about whatever is going on here. So they have the brand new info behind the scenes from the devs, the Pokemon Unite 2025 year-end party special. It's the year-end party special, everybody, and we're all watching it together. It's the year-end party where they have famous Japanese Unite players and casters all together to figure out what is going on with Unite. And hopefully we get some good info about the game. I've seen some of this stuff kind of like pop up here and there, so I wanted to check it out for myself. They're going to be looking back at the Pokemon Unite scene over the past year with some wonderful guests. They didn't ask me to be a wonderful guest. Now, did I expect it? No. But am I mad about it? Yeah, sure. Let's see. A familiar face from the Pokemon Unite commentary videos. Takashima is there. Very cool. We have Ton GG there. They said year-end party. It started so suddenly. A huge party. I think the translation... to be fair with the translation, honestly, if I was there, what would I add? Like, I'm acting like I should be there. What exactly would I add to the situation? I don't speak Japanese. They have inside jokes. What could I possibly contribute? You know? Nothing. Former pro player, world champion, Ton GG. I don't speak Japanese. I mean, I say I wish I did, but that's like not... you don't need a genie for it. I just need to practice, right? They put a lot of plushies, yeah, so no teasing this time. That's a great point, actually. Normally, when you're watching one of these videos, you'll kind of see Pokemon that might be coming to the game. And to be fair, like, we have Rapidash, Farfetch'd, like, the rumor is Surfetch'd is coming, but, like, a lot of this is not something that's going to be in the game, right? What if all are confirmed? Look, you could add them all at some point. Not a mustache among them. That's how you know they're not taking it seriously, guys. Our final guest is this person. Please introduce yourself. I like that. The most knowledgeable about Pokemon Unite. Okay. Is he the developer? He's the biggest old timer here. It could have been me! It could have been me. He's the most knowledgeable person on Pokemon Unite, even from our perspective. You find Duraludon, Aegislash. He's published the fastest strategy guide. Oh, he publishes strategy guides in Japan. Oh, okay, I didn't realize. Should have been me. Why aren't I there just looking confused? All right, come on, let's get to the news. A lot of intros. 3 minutes of intros so far? Guys. Yeehaw and move on. This is why I'm not there. I should be producing it. They're joking about the end of the game? Uh-oh. They might disappear. It's a bit of a long session, but please stick with us. Well, let's stretch that intro. I'm just being a jerk. All right. Throughout the video, and post it on X. Oh yeah, they have like a giveaway they're doing. 25 winners. I'm gonna move on. Yeah, there's like some license art they're giving away. I'm gonna move forward here. They're giving license art away for 4 Pokemon. They're doing hashtags. They're giving away things. Each of us will announce 1 character in the video. So please don't miss those. Okay. Here are the update contents. Let's get into it, buddy. Mega Gyarados and Mega Charizard Y. So Mega Gary is coming December 5th, and Charizard Y is coming. By the way, first piece of actual news, 5 minutes into the broadcast. It is what it is. Charizard Y, 12/19. So right before Christmas. Charizard Y is coming. Mega Gary. These things will be obviously broken. Gyarados comes out tomorrow for me. Brattles, thank you so much, by the way, for the 48 months. Appreciate you, you legend. Thought maybe Mega Dragonite was coming. I would have loved that. Kyogre coming to Thea Sky Ruins, which is really cool. New map already. Groudon came out recently, didn't it? Great point. Kyogre is coming in. What form will it appear? What does that mean? Because right now there's no place for Kyogre to swim. Oh. I mean, it kind of looks like water there. But I guess, yeah, this is time. He wants us to talk about the details so bad. Don't worry, we have plenty of time. Stretch. Stretch the information. Oh, come on, guys. Tell us the things. We're performing an update to the rank system. Very cool. I'm excited for that. For sure. They need the ad money. They're stretching, dude. I get it because I do dumb bits, but to be fair, when I'm doing... Oh, it changes to the EXP system that they're going to talk about. Can't wait to talk about this. To be fair, when we're stretching on broadcast, it's not just for, like, no reason. We're waiting for a match. We have nothing else to do. It's not like we're like, hold the games. We're waiting for something to happen. Maybe they're doing the same thing. Okay, yes, so the EXP system is changing. I don't quite get it yet. What do you think, Ton? Okay. It's always something I kept close to me. The EXP share. The EXP share change is one of the biggest things here. And it's one of those items that I think is still going to have some use on a few Pokemon. But it's definitely, like, going from an S tier item to a very niche item on just like supports and stuff that hate farming, which isn't none, right? There are supports that really hate farming, and it's a very fair thing to run that item on like multiple supports. For instance, like you're not really farming on Comfey or something like that. You're not really, you know, you don't spend any time really detached or something. Back to this screen, talking more about these two Pokemon coming. December 5th, Mega Gary. For us, I believe it's tomorrow. And 19th, we have Charizard. Why? Maybe it's the 5th? Maybe it works out as to be the 5th. And it's just the patch tomorrow. Isn't the pace too fast? You release Delmise, you release Vaporeon. It's a festival. It's true, it's a festival. Don't complain about the festival. It's the year-end party. Are the developers taking proper time off? All I'm saying is, I would make that joke with a quite different tone. Now I know why I'm not there. Are the developers getting plenty of breaks? Oh, I don't know. How about the 3rd year of the video game? I think they had a few. Let's see. But now this is my version of this is Snarkfest, dude. Now I understand why I'm not there, because it would just be Snarkfest. All right, so we're talking more about these Pokemon. I'm gonna start skipping forward because they're just like kind of talking about the images. The Kyogre map we're taking a look at, very cool. We can see more bushes on the map, which I do think is pretty interesting, right? More bushes around the pit. The berries around the pit are different. The placement of the wild Pokemon is different. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited for the new map for sure. Yeah, I like it. So we're taking a look at a few aspects of it. We have Regice in the bottom. We're looking at some of the tall grass in the bottom there. Look at the tall grass heading into the pit right here. Really cool. I mean, it's going to set up a lot of interesting situations around Kyogre and even around some like mid-game fights. I feel like speedsters are going to really enjoy this, you know? Water in the middle should slow everyone down that touches it, says Dan. That would be pretty interesting. It's a place where team fights are likely to occur, right? So being able to recover HP there changes things, or something like that. They all laugh. That comment was kind of shallow. Huh, I thought I was the snarky one. Get him, dude. Holy. Yeah, near Reg Ice, there's tall grass here near Reg Ice. They're talking about this right now, which is like interesting. You're going to be able to hide and snipe a lot of this stuff, so you're going to have to check a lot more of the tall grass in the map, which is interesting. Defenders are going to get a lot of value for that too, right? You can face check with the defender. You can't really face check with a lot of your attackers. We got new berries. It's like more HP berries everywhere. But an HP berry in the center here, to me, feels like it's good for invaders and stuff. You know? Like, head on in there. Even if they beat me up a little bit, I'm going to grab those berries. A9 passive, good point. The snow warning. Speedster, it feels like speedsters are going to eat well on this map. For sure. World champion perspective. Do you have a sense of what tactics you'd like to try? Normally, being in that spot would be impossible. Yeah, true. A world where 5 Pokemon are hiding there. Yeah, honestly, you are going to see like some sneaky plays like that. Which is pretty cool. I do think the Kyogre map is really interesting. I'm excited to see what it feels like fighting on it. It also feels like you'll be able to, like, hide as a duo or trio in some really mean ways. So a solo queue player might, like, freak out. We'll see, though. We're talking about the grass. It has to be Ton GG. He's a big deal. The form of team fights might be different than before, and the way teams engage is highly likely to expand. I agree, yeah. High degree of freedom, and attackers feel like they could be in some trouble here. Like, there's places for them to hide, but they can get the gap closed on them real quick. And here's the Kyogre. The effects have changed as well. First, goal speed increases, and you get an effect where your HP continuously recovers. I wonder how much. Recovery. Groudon was offensive, that's right. Groudon gave increased goal speed and increased attack power significantly. And the second effect, the opponent's goal zones of the team that got KO'd will lose their healing and shield effects for 90 seconds. This is like really interesting. So retreating there becomes meaningless. Is that what it means? Yeah, I mean, if you try to fight on your tier 2, even fighting on your home goal zone, you can't heal from it. That's going to be so interesting near the end game. The map is wide, allowing for offense, defense, and mind games in various places. I agree. I feel like there's going to be... Oh, by the way, Mimikyu is going to cruise through this map with Shadow Sneak. It's going to be all the way across. A situation is created where only the other side heals unilaterally. How do you close the gap? That's a point I'm personally very curious about. Do you fight back firmly, or do you choose to ignore them and break the goal? Yeah, it is a good question. I think there's going to be some really interesting judgment calls with this. 90 seconds is basically all of the rest of the game. It is. And the buff does not transfer, right? So... can this Kyogre effect be stolen by KOing them? Oh, it does! Oh, it does! It does! They just asked. Okay. So that's really interesting. So now, you don't get your goals to heal you, but if you take a Kyogre buff, you can heal yourself. If you take a Kyogre buff with a Pokemon that is, like, good at brawling for extended periods of time, I feel like it's not going down. We'll see, though. Tactics are expanding this much, yes. Everyone, please enjoy various Kyogre maps. Thank you. Alright, I'm excited. Now moving on. It was in the table of contents. Okay. The ranked match system update. Starting in December, the ranked match system will change. We've talked a lot about this. I really wish we were resetting all the ranks, but I understand from the player-based perspective that would be pretty tough. So far, this is the most... Isn't this the biggest news? What is this? Is this a dream, they're saying? I'm excited. Above Master Rank, a Legend rank will be added. I just hope it's something that I can hang out in, and I don't have to be in a duo or trio the whole time for it, you know? What? I truly don't understand anymore. Please teach us. Even higher than Master Rank we've had until now. To reach it, you need considerable skill. It's the legend rank. How difficult is it? Good question. It might be impossible for me. All right. That's a good joke. That's a good one. Is it that difficult? It's really something that only pro players can reach. Oh, wow. It's going to be extremely difficult. I wonder how high it is. Like, is it the equivalent of 1,600? 1,800? 2,000? Like, what's the equivalent currently in the game? Because I'd really like to know. You know? We really want top-tier players to match with top-tier players and fight each other. So that is the wish. We added one more rank with that wish. The people watching on screen are probably crying right now. Or not. Ton, you big jerk. World champion. It is legend, after all. Touching the system is something I didn't really think about. You didn't? I've been playing Pokemon Unite, so I'm really surprised. Okay. You didn't consider that? I feel like it's the only thing people have talked about for 5 years. Okay. Yeah, it's probably something like trios and 5-stacks are mainly going to get into. I bet like some real top-tier solo queue players could, but you're probably not going to get a lot of legend games. In ranked, if you won, you got a diamond shape. And if you lost one. From now on, progress will be based on a gauge rate system. A rating system? A rating system. So from beginner, Pokeball class, we will proceed entirely with a rating system? Yes, you will. Ah, that changes things. It won't be those points anymore, but numbers? It will be numbers. I see. Kind of similar. I mean, but yeah. If you win, you get points. If you lose points. Furthermore, depending on your performance during the game, rating points will be added. There will not be a rank reset to beginner. No, I wish there was too. From what perspective? Oh, did you ask how they measure the degree of performance? I didn't ask that. You didn't? I get the most KOs on a team. Yeah. If you do that, a little bit gets added to your rating. Or I healed a lot. Okay. I do love that, like, doing your job could increase your rank. I like that, you know? That's what I would like. This seems like it will change things a bit. It could. This feels like a good change, like year 2 of the game. But, you know, considering that beginner, vet, whatever all the things are, you know, ultra, expert, considering there aren't many players in those classes, I'm not really sure how relevant a lot of this is going to be, but we'll see. In accordance with the system, we're adjusting the matching logic. Oh, you are? Yeah, how? Can you give us a detail? Yeah. I haven't heard the details. Okay. All right, so they are going to have some changes to matchmaking. But we don't know exactly what they're going to be. We'll see about that. We've had changes to matchmaking before, and, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I think this will encourage people to play for individual stats. You know, I've heard this before, and all I'll say about that is... okay, this is something to talk about. Real quick, I just want to address that because I do think that's an interesting topic of conversation. I just have to fully disagree. I think awful players who do nonsense during games are not going to get worse because of this. They're going to be still doing the same nonsense. And I think you will not convince a good player to be a bad player because of this. There is an incentive structure where you go, maybe they'll think about this a little bit, but there are tons of incentive structures in the game already that they don't interact with. One of the biggest ones is winning a game. So they don't interact with, like, they don't try to get better at one of the biggest things, which is actually walking out of a match with a win. So if they're not concerned with that one, which is like probably the biggest dopamine hit you could get, I'm not so sure they're going to worry about the amount of berries collected bonus. I really don't think this is going to be a thing. So I've heard this before, and I just have to say, like, if they're, like, for instance, EXP Share, we're going to talk about experience in 1 second. If they're not incentivized as a defender or supporter to run one of the best items in the game, now, I wouldn't even say one of the best item in the game, hands down. If they're not incentivized to run that because it's going to be better, then how are you going to change their behavior because at the end of the match you see like a little thing, you know? I honestly don't think it's going to change. I don't think good players are going to get worse because of it, and I don't think bad players are going to get better. Maybe even bad players see slight rewards for like KOs and healing, maybe, but I don't think those incentive structures are big. So let's talk about EXP right here. So huge changes to experience. Before, when you KO'd a wild Pokemon, whether it was the Blissey or the Garchomp, as they're showing in this image right here, the Garchomp, if they KO it, they'd get 70%, Blissey 30. Or if Blissey KO'd it, they'd get 70%, Garchomp 30. If you had EXP Share on, regardless of who KOs it, the EXP Share holder would get 30, and the other player would get 100. That's why EXP Share was so powerful. Not only did it give your carry 100% of the experience, it also created experience out of thin air. It's like the most broken thing ever. But now, I'll just go back real quick. Now, no matter who gets the KO, if you are within range, which the range of these wild Pokemon KOs notoriously has been about the range of an Eldegoss basic attack. If you are in range of it, it doesn't matter who gets the last hit. Both of you share 65% of the experience. And I don't actually know how that starts to break down with 3 players, if it's just still 130%. And then it just kind of like divvies up. But this is going to create some interesting situations where you actually would want your supporter or defender that's near you to peel away from it so you could get 100% of the XP. But more often, this is going to encourage players to farm together, you know? So it actually could, I think in general it's a great change because players already don't understand EXP Share, and now all of the griefing defenders and supporters and things like that are not, like, they can't grief in the same way, you know? Yeah, you like the last hitting doesn't matter. For a long time with EXP Share, it didn't matter, but it's just one of those things that, like, oh, now they're talking about EXP Share here. So it's just one of those things that people didn't understand. So the effect where teammates gain more XP with EXP Share will be deleted. This is going to take this item from being an S tier, almost like, yes, the duty of I absolutely must hold this item is gone. I fully agree with what Ton is saying right there. This item is now extremely specific, you know? And I think that's, it's the best, honestly. I was hoping they would do the change where every defender had EXP Share on, but they kind of did it in a different way, which I think is totally fair. Now you'll have way more interesting builds on your defenders and supporters, and you won't be as stressed when you see, like, for instance, if like a defender or supporter now wants to slot in like a score shield or something, it's not even really that crazy. Like, they're really bulky. They can make some really aggressive plays with it. Like, they can peel off from a fight and get like a huge score at some point and not be interrupted. Even a play like that wouldn't be bad. Or, of course, you grab something like Resonant Guard that maybe they weren't running before, or you grab a curse item, you grab a focus band. I think it'll be much better because people just don't get EXP Share even though it's the best thing in the game. So, yeah, change it. Would this massively affect a support like Comfey, though? With Comfey, you probably are still going to want to run EXP Share on a few Pokemon. Like Blissey, Comfey. I could probably make a list, but some defenders farm really well. And even some supports farm pretty well. But there are some like Clefable. Like, Follow Me, Moonlight Clefable. You would never... Like, what are you doing? You know? You do not want to try to farm with that Pokemon. Did it say how it would affect EXP from kills? I'm guessing it would be the same thing. It didn't say that, but I'm guessing it would be the same thing. Didn't they say that EXP Share gives bonus EXP for assists now? No? Did I miss it? I didn't see that. No? Sableye. Sableye's a good one that could still run it. Yeah. Because you just don't want to farm with it. And you're on the other side. All right, we're taking a look at the year that transpired. We see, okay, Galarian Rapidash joining in January. We had Unison Strike Balance Patch, Assault Break. Then we had Suicune, ACL, so good. Alolan Raichu joining, Breath of Evolution. Alchemy joining, the Fairy Festival was held. We had the Full Force Burst. And then the end of the year, we started going ham. We had some big balance adjustments, and of course we went Latios, and now we have Groudon map, Empoleon, Vaporeon, Dhelmizion, Palmadion, Kyogre, Mega Pokemonion, and Asia Champions League starting back up. So, yeah. Can't believe the horse isn't even a year old, I know. 2026 Unite's going to be wild. It's going to be our best year since year 2. I honestly, I cannot believe Unite is going to be in its best state in forever at this point of the game. But they're actually putting a ton of effort and energy into it. So I'm excited about it, you know? There was a point where I thought, I don't know if I can make content for this game anymore. They're just not supporting it, you know? But they're all deciding their favorite patch. I think they're talking about the Speedster patch. Is that what it is? Let's see. ACL 2025, WCS 2025. ACL finals in Shinjuku. Dude, ACL was hype. Worlds was even more hype somehow, but ACL was great. Yeah. I'm guessing it's because they finished development on the China version. That is 100% why, yeah. And there we have it. We were, for people who are interested, like if you're looking at the stage, we were kind of like off stage. Right over to the right, we were off stage and down the stairs. That way, we're like when teams won or lost or were getting set up, they were kind of like coming by us, which was really cool. So we would get to talk to, like, if any players did speak English, they could like pop in and talk to us for a bit. It was fun. The EXP Share changes might be the best thing the game's ever seen. I'm with you, K12 dude. It could be really good. The heat of the offline event was amazing. Momentum really exists. Totally. Today belongs to that team. That's a great way to look at it too, because, you know, the best team, I don't think won that tournament, but they were the best that day in that tournament. They definitely were. I think multiple teams actually fell short that were better teams, but sometimes, like, it's your tournament, you know? Yeah, that was the last tournament for Ton. That's right. Fennel, like, sadly, Fennel, they were the world champs, and they completely fell apart. It was what it happens, you know. They just came off being the champions, and that tournament, I think they had a player having some like health issues too, which is always like not fun, you know. And they just had a really rough showing, and I think it completely just destroyed the team, you know. And they're such a great squad too. Like when they won Worlds, they were unbelievable. But it's how it goes. It's how it goes sometimes. Hi Spragels, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing good. Checking out some of the new changes here in the year-end special with Unite and kind of talking through it here. Didn't Luminosity disband? They did. I don't know if Luminosity as an org is coming back to Unite. They also had some weird stuff going on with them as an org. Like they got new, like they sold the org and there was a bunch of issues with it. But and now like members of Luminosity are kind of like scattered. Slash is in Taiwan, right? And then Overlord's in Japan. And Otters with Dignitas, and it seemed like Trainer might be retiring, then maybe not retiring, then retiring again. So, am I missing anyone? I am, right? Kyrios, thank you. Kyrios is on Project Mbappe. Duh. How could I forget Kyrios? Kyrios is like the clip maker. Every time Kyrios is on stage, he's like, ah! And it's like, dude, you just made the Unite package for the whole year. I don't even think he knows it. He's just like, the camera loves this dude. He has huge moments and he pops off and they're like, you're in the package, brother. Get ready. Every time we're heading to something, it's like, Kyrios. Ah! You're in the package, my dude. Oh, okay, so now we're talking about balance in the game, and they're kind of giving their reasoning behind balance. The funny thing about this is, and I cannot take credit for this because I feel like we provide a lot of feedback. They don't listen to me at all. That's what it feels like. But they're going to be talking about balance here, and the way they are talking about balancing Pokemon is to a T exactly how I pitched to balance Pokemon, I believe. But we'll see. I said, if the Pokemon's expensive, make them good. if everyone's already bought it, make it bad. That's what I said. So that's how you know I got it. I'm showing this for the first time. After the November balance adjustment, the environment looks like this. So, I actually have a slide of this. Obviously, this is not translated. It's showing win rates for lots of Pokemon. Like, I know that this is Latias. Like, Char is, like, around here somewhere. I'll say I don't really like this win rate chart. I can keep it going because I'm sure they're going to sit on it for a minute. I don't really like this win rate chart because it's after they nerfed the Megas, one, and it includes Ultra, from what I understand. And given that it includes Ultra and they got rid of Draft, you'll see a win rate for Char start to stabilize even more because there'll be one on both sides. So I personally don't like this chart really at all. And I think it's like kind of the Mewtwo's are dead last, that's right. I think it's kind of a misleading look at the meta. But it is, it's interesting that they're actually talking about, what is the 42.8%? It is Mewtwo. That is like one of the worst in the game right now. Which makes sense. Latias being number one right here. So I actually think, I think it's cool that they're talking about this and showing it, but it kind of like hides actually what happened with Megas. It hides it a little bit, which I don't love. And it also like including Ultra, it's not that we should not consider Ultra players and stuff like that, but it's the mode where you commonly don't have Draft. So there's that. It's also the mode where you have the least skilled players that are playing the game consistently. So certain things, like I'll have people come in my chat often and they'll say things like, oh man, I can't beat Goodra, I can't beat Scizor, these things are broken. And I'm not saying that to like dunk on them or anything like that. It's just they're not that experienced with the game and they don't understand that those Pokemon are actually not that difficult to deal with. They're just they haven't played a lot. And when you can get to Ultra in less than 100 games, I don't know if that's great data, you know? So they're looking at the chart here. And also, again, this doesn't have Vaporeon, which is at 59-something% right here. And it also doesn't have the Megas when they were the most broken. So we'll move on from this win rate thing. I just, you know, I actually don't think it's that useful. Okay, so here they're talking about how they are going to balance. This is something I was just mentioning, and I really do think this is almost exactly how I would balance things. So, we'll see if they break it down here. But this side is like, okay, this side is like why they're going to be nerfed or whatever, and this side is why they're going to be buffed. So, let's see. They're talking about how he complains about balance on stream. He might be, you eventually get bored. That happens with things being kind of like overpowered. Yeah. Recently, Mimikyu appeared. and seeing those changes in Pokemon are interesting. Yeah, it is cool. I think it's cool when something gets brought to prominence. So, which Pokemon should be buffed? For example, ones with low win rates or low usage rates. This is exactly what I said, by the way. And again, I don't know if I had any influence on this at all, but this is what I talked about with balance. If something has an extremely low usage rate, even if it's not bad, if it's like never used, it's at like 2% or something like that. Can we pull up API? Like, look at this. Like, this is a Tyranitar. A 2% pick rate, right? That means something needs to be done with this Pokemon. If you're looking at the meta, if this Pokemon is getting picked 1% of the time, 1% of the time, 1% of the time, not everything is going to be 41% pick rate, but when you have Pokemon like this, you could take the bottom 10 Pokemon on pick rate and even tune them slightly so people would be interested in picking them up. And of course, if you look at like a win rate and something is at 44%, 46%, and on and on and on, these definitely need buffs, right? Now, something that might be tricky is figuring out how well a Pokemon, for instance, like Zoroark performs, because actually, like high skill, this thing is very good. But one thing is for sure, if no one is picking it, that just means like the community needs like a little boost to get interested in this Pokemon again. For sure. It's been a long time since the last balance. Yeah, if something hasn't been touched in a long time, that's a great time. If something good happens to a Pokemon, we include a buff as a celebration. So the way they're talking about this is Eevee Festival. Basically what they're saying like between the lines here, I think this is very clear. They are saying if we have a new skin coming out, a new battle pass coming out, we're featuring a Pokemon in some way, that Pokemon will probably be buffed, especially if it's not great right now. Like, we've had times where things got battle passes and didn't get buffs because they were already so great. But they're kind of saying, like, look, if we've got a new skin coming out for Glaceon, we're buffing Glaceon. And I think we've all noticed that for a while now. High win rate and excessively high usage are reasons that they might see something nerfed, not just in ranked, but in tournaments. And I think this is very fair. So if it's like being played all the time in tournaments and it's so strong, or they're saying this, for example, if it's not strong, but it's unfair or annoying, they want to adjust those. That I love. Because there is also something that's like, look, its win rate's not high. It's at like 50% or something. But man, this Pokemon is so annoying and unfun to play against. That is a great time to nerf it. These are all like pretty good outside of like the balance, the battle pass buff or whatever. I think it's a good way to handle balance. Buff Pokemon that are not played and are not doing well. Nerf Pokemon that are way overplayed, are doing way too good, or are super boring to fight, and they make the game unfun. Pimsky says the Sableye factor. I think that's a good way to look at it, yeah. So they're openly admitting that they're doing unneeded balance changes if they want to sell a skin. Kind of, yes. That's not exactly what they're doing. That's the most cynical look at it. But I think what they're saying is they're putting like effort into a Pokemon. They want to highlight it, and it hasn't been balanced in a while. When the skin comes around, it's getting a buff. So, yeah. The most negative way to look at it is they're buffing it for sales. The most positive way to look at it is if you're designing a skin for a Pokemon that doesn't get played very much, the skin's not going to do anything if the Pokemon's not performing well, you know? So, it's something that they've been doing for a while. It's not the best practice for sure, but you can tell when something's getting a battle pass. Watch out. It's at least going to be quite strong, you know? And now they're talking about all of the Pokemon that are getting balance changes in the game. We know Mewtwo's are getting buffs. Dhelmise is getting a little bit of a buff and a slight nerf. And Glaceon is getting a buff, obviously. Maybe they could wait to release skins till they buff a Pokemon. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing. Yeah. I think the player, this is Jace in the chat, I think the player base often forgets the devs don't do this for free. They want to make a profit. I think there's a balancing act to it, right? I've said this for a long time. Like, new Pokemon, you want them to be good. In fact, you want them to be really good. You just don't want them to be broken. That's the thing. There is a line there where it's like, dang, this new thing is good and I love playing it. That is the sweet spot. That's where you want all new releases to be. But lately they have been, especially with the megas, they're like way too good. They're releasing them way overpowered. And Vaporeon, you know. They're talking about the Tyranitar buffs. They are pretty big buffs on Tyranitar, but to be fair, that moveset's terrible. It's just not very good. So we'll see how much it helps. We have Gyarados, Scissor, Ho-Oh. What about Scissor? When using a boosted attack as Scyther, move speed increases 40 to 50%. This stacks up to 3 times. Scissor gets a defense increase, goes from 40 to 50. Cool. For Gyarados' Dragon Breath, basic attack damage after hitting has increased by 15%, which is huge. Yeah, they're saying that's strong. It is strong. Waterfall damage is increased by 10%. Mega Gary is going to be way too good, I think. Coming from the chat, in my opinion, Glaceon doesn't need a buff. I am somewhat new to this game, and even I can see how good that Pokemon is. It is really good. I don't think it needs really much of a buff either. I think they could do a slight... like, the defensive buffs I don't think are super unfair. But I don't think... like, they've buffed, like, multiple aspects of it. Where do you think Gyarados is? Oh my gosh, it's so low. It's got to be down here. Gyarados... yeah, there it is. It's so bad on the new map. I actually think it's super fair to buff Gary. I think they're buffing it because of Mega Gary, not because of Gyarados, you know? Giving a chance for all Pokemon to shine, including newer ones. Next are downward adjustments, aka the nerfs. And these are interesting. Latias, Suicune, Alolan Raichu, Clefable, Mamoswine. We touched on this earlier. But these are the Pokemon that were blah, blah, blah. Latias was number 1. Yep. That is, like, one of the best in the game. Pretty big nerfs. Personally, I'm happy about Mamoswine. Since it's in this list, I thought it would be nerfed. But looking at it, it's a buff. Who's saying that? Because they're so right. I was talking to someone about this earlier. It's not really getting hurt that much. It's actually getting some nice durability. The stun time on Earthquake is a thing. Oh, they find its win rate's over 50%. Take that. It's 16th best in the game. Get out of here, ton. Now they're laughing at you. How dare they? It seems like Pokemon that were difficult to deal with in ranked matches have been nerfed across the board. Yeah, Darkrai's looks like they're getting big nerfs. A 2-second cooldown increase is huge. The environment will change quite a bit, but we hope you enjoy it. Yeah, it will. Glaceon is going to be a ban, I think. I think so. Now moving on to the third character. The campaign to win in-game items. This is that campaign. Oh, okay. Nope. Announcement for this season's tournament info. The Japan League is underway. It's been exciting to watch. I've been watching ACL. I want to watch some of it on stream. I think it'd be a good time. It's fighting for a spot in the Pokemon Unite ACL Finals. It's a league battle to decide Japan's top 4 teams. A total of 12 teams are participating. First, they fight in the group stage, then they go through the playoffs to compete for the 4 slots representing Japan. It truly is the decisive battle for the top of the Japan League. Axis Wave, Detonation, Focus Me. So, Overlord's on Reject. They've had some good games and some off games. Who was I just watching? Someone just did really well when I saw it. Kid Inc., thank you for the super chat, by the way. Difficult to deal with. They forgot about Vaporeon. True. They did forget Vaporeon. We've listed the 12 teams, but tell us about the teams you're interested in. I want to hear a little bit. Me too. At the time of this recording, it hasn't started yet. That's right. Are there teams that you're looking for? Oh, wow. So this was actually recorded a while back. That's pretty interesting. The most amazing was Insomnia. Is it okay if I pick Insomnia? Insomnia had such a cool run at ACL. I did not think they were the best team at ACL at all, but what a run they had. And they also played Phalanx. They were playing Rocky Helm Gyarados. They had aura about them. It was just Insomnia's tournament to win, you know? It was cool. Personally, I'm looking at Fennel, of course. Fennel looks good this year. Fennel looks really good. Last year or this year's PJCS, I think they felt really frustrated. How will they rebuild a team from there and challenge this year's Pro League? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Solidifying their foundation, getting their footing right, and standing up once again. Fennel. Hey, it's the world champion org, so I can't believe that Luminosity wouldn't come back. Starting this year, Overlord joined from overseas, a very famous player who's won the world championship twice. With the Japanese region getting so much hype right now, what kind of changes will this bring? Any teams you're curious about? Definitely the new teams, he says. Like the big veterans of the esports world. Like T1. Oh, but they're just talking about Japan right now, right? How will they cut into the competition since it increased to 12 teams? It's going to be really interesting, man. Their league is good. I hope our league is as hot as this. T1 looks like a problem, says Cam in the chat. Yeah. The first run of T1, they absolutely smoked everyone. But I heard they had like a tough go second time in. Are you sitting down, love? My wife's here. No, she's just hanging out. Okay. Being streamed to the official YouTube and Twitch channels. Oh, they have a Twitch channel for Japan? I didn't know that. The Japan League is intense, but something else awaits beyond that. The international tournament in March, the Pokemon Unite ACL Finals, which is going to be so hype. So hype. We'll come together to fight for the Asia crown. It's going to be the highest level of offline final tournament. Besides Worlds, it is the highest level. Yeah. Worlds is even bigger, and Worlds has teams from all over. Obviously, we saw Japan make it all the way to the grand finals this recent August, but they lost to Peru. Have I seen the Japan Discord event? It looks like they get free licenses. I have seen something about it, yeah. Haven't watched you since Miraidon came out. What's the general state of Unite right now? It's funny because that was like the last really unfortunate time in Unite, and then we had a huge period of not much happening in the game, and now they're putting a ton of effort into the game, so it's really interesting. Do you people know, this comment's a little tough to read, if they are talking about how much each Pokemon will be after the patch? I don't think they're going to talk about it in this video. I made a guide for it on my channel. In general, I would buy Pokemon you want to buy right now. There are a few we know that will be cheaper, but in general, I would be buying the Pokemon you like right now. For sure. Bashkin, thank you so much for the 2 months, by the way. Appreciate you. They're doing another giveaway. They're talking about Electrode volleyball. I loved Electrode volleyball. It did get a little like samey once you understood the strategy around it, but I thought it was really fun. It was one of the best mini games they've ever had. Why did they change draft to 1400 and immediately change it back? I think they changed it because they thought they would probably be changing draft to legend, but I don't know. It also could just be to get the megas in there, because that's what it felt like to me. It felt like it was just like people can't play their megas. Electrode volleyball was just full of defenders and all-rounders that could throw you. Yeah, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was like one of their best, like, it's just a quick mode, right? It's not supposed to be the most competitive thing ever, but I thought it was one of the best ones they ever did. And now they're going to play some Electrode volleyball. The first 25,000 people get a platinum Mewtwo emblem. They're going to play some Electrode volleyball here. We'll see if there's anything else that they talk about. Playing some Mega Lucario. The team with Blastoise feels like it's going to rock them. Blastoise is really good in this mode. Tun's trying to brawl. He's not doing too bad either. Oh, Blastoise almost stole that. This mode's good. What? What happened? No one was there? Okay. Dude, they're absolutely rocking them. No one's there again. All right. They just absolutely crushed them. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. They're going to do another match of Electrode volleyball. Now he's going to play Gengar. Let's see. Did they say anything about re-releasing old emblems, e.g. Meowscarada? They have not mentioned anything about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they have something with that soon. Here's what I will say. The devs are getting absolutely roasted in this. A lot of people accuse the devs of not playing the game. And I'm not saying they don't play the game, but they don't play the game well. At least Electrode volleyball. They're getting absolutely destroyed, like demolished here. They're just getting completely wrecked. I'm relieved we won. How was the Electrode volleyball? It was extremely interesting. I think I figured out how to break through the defenders is key. Being able to do that effectively. I think I'll make an Electrode volleyball strategy later. I don't know. You could. You know what? Do you, buddy? It's your content. The champions of Electrode volleyball. They're going to give away platinum emblems. I'm guessing those are all gone. But if you guys haven't got it yet, there's the code right there. You could try it. You never know how many there are. But I'm guessing those are gone by now. A major announcement. What is that? The battle to decide Japan's #1 Electrode volleyball master. What? That would I've said like this would be a fun side event at Worlds, at regionals. That would be really fun. Be like, there's a side event. It's Electrode volleyball. Even if you don't play Unite, come on over. Like you'll have some fun. That would be really good. I think at like Worlds and regionals and stuff. At the ICs. It's almost time to say goodbye. So many people have enjoyed Pokemon Unite. We have 2 announcements. News about the Battle Pass. We have Glaceon's Miracle Style. It's a miracle that they buffed this thing. It's super cute. It starts December 4th. It's also an orange tag holoware, so this is going to be really good. But I don't think the rest of the holoware in like the Battle Passes will be orange tag. I love them. The move effects are so cool, but I don't think the rest of them are going to be like that. Has special effects for all of its moves. Oh, the gift code still works, says Jace in the chat, so you can get a Mewtwo emblem right now. From Icicle Spear to Freeze Dry, everything, it has it. Everything has a special effect attached. It looks great. You know? The special effects are so good. Is that what it means? Yes, it is. Apparently so. Are we going to see it? We hope you enjoy a fun holiday season with this. Please try to complete all the missions and aim to get all the rewards. And the second announcement News regarding the prize machine. Starting on December 4th, Sylveon's Sweet Style comes to the prize machine. Very cute. It is super cute, I agree. This is amazing. I can only say cute. It's true, it is cute. It's surprisingly cute. It doesn't surprise me. I'm one of those one-uppers in a conversation. That's surprisingly cute. Didn't surprise me. I expected it to be that cute. You often hear them react saying, "That's so cute," don't you? Yeah, that happens. Furthermore, at the same time, we're holding a prize machine chance campaign with 100 free entries. It's super generous. It's amazing. It's the end of the year party after all. We're going all out to say thank you for your hard work this year. And please stick with us next year. Please give it a challenge. We've talked about a lot of things. Thank you all so much for today. Finally, I'd like to ask a message to the viewers. That includes me. From each of you. Okay, let's see what the message is. I was very nervous about appearing in front of everyone like this. It should have been spragels. What? He said it! He said it. Okay. Helping each other out. Pokemon Unite is going to keep getting more exciting, so please continue to support us. It's crazy that they put in, like, so much energy. With the map changes and ranked match changes, I'm here just as one user who really enjoys Unite, thinking about how these changes will affect things. I'm already so excited, I can't stop shaking. It should have been spragels. He knew! He said it! It's crazy that they said it. And finally, Ton. I think we can say this big December update is a first in Pokemon Unite history. Yeah, I mean, this is it honestly is a huge change. For me, it's about the competitive scene. Next year, March 28th and 29th, the Asia Champions will be decided. I want to watch and enjoy that with excitement. Thank you. Lots of excitement ahead. I hope Spragels gets to cast it. He said it! He said it. Wow. Please subscribe and follow. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And with that, really it is time to go. Yeah, we're coming to the end. Thank you for watching until the end. Let's make lots of memories and have lots of battles with Pokemon Unite in 2026 too. Have a happy new year, everyone. They said it 3 times. I can't believe it. End of stream banter. Oh. End of stream banter. Ah. That's all I do is banter. I can't believe I wasn't there for that. Well, there you go. That's like the big news from Unite. Obviously, there's actually a ton of news from Unite that they did not touch on in any of that. But that's like a lot of the big stuff. Thunder Wave! That's a lot of the big stuff coming to the game. I am definitely most excited for the new map. Jake glazing himself. I'm most excited for the new map. I'm also really excited to see how the ranked system changes and if legend rank is something that I can, like, it's something that reasonably good players will get to play in, because I think that would be ideal, is if you have a rank where pretty good players can participate. If it's only a ranked where you've got to be like trios at like a 65-70% win rate, that will be a little unfortunate as a solo queue player, because you're just not going to spend much time there. But also the EXP changes I think are pretty huge. But there you go. We did it, everybody. That's all the new stuff for this video. YouTube, I love you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out. Goodbye, YouTube. We did it.